Hello guys, welcome to the latest episode of Every Platform. This time it is being filmed on the GoPro. Welcome to the Cotswolds Line. Today we're here on a weekday because we can only do this on a weekday, really, with everything we want to do. And we are at Finstock Station. This station is renowned for being a very poorly served station because only 2 trains a day serve it.
You're a very poorly served station.
I know, right? So I would say Cam, you are as well, but you live in London and every station is pretty much very well served.
Gaps between my trains are measured in seconds.
Yeah.
I'm a very poorly served station. I haven't had a train since 1963.
Great. Nice chat. Anyway, as you've established, Cam and Jasper are with us, as will Chris later on as well.
Just for the season, not the weather. Don't do that.
Yeah.
I'm wet.
Okay, great. Make of that what you will. So basically this trip is going to be covering the Cotswolds Line. We're going to be visiting most stations on the line. The only 3 stations we will not be visiting today are Kingham, Shipton and Ascot under Wychwood. The reason being is because they are being served by rail replacement buses today. And unfortunately the change came in after we'd booked everything, and we needed to book it early, so because we needed to get a hotel and everything. So it is what it is, and it's easy to go back to. I can work it out quite easily, fit it in with something else, which is possible, by the way. And so we'll do them another time, but the rest of the stations, including Coombe and this one, Finstock, will be done today, as well as anything else. So if you do check out any updates on trips and posts, please check out my Facebook group. Also check out my Instagram at KTVBits. So without further ado, let's begin today's episode of Every Platform here at Finstock. Enjoy. Right, welcome to Finstock Station. This serves the village of Finstock and the hamlet of Fawler in Oxfordshire. Some distance from Finstock itself, being situated to the northeast of Charlbury Road, which is the present B4022 road. Which crosses the line on an overbridge, which is that there, basically. Finstock is the least used station in Oxfordshire, according to the passenger statistics. Opened in 1934, originally being called Finstock Halt, and having 2 platforms as well. So only had it's got 1 now. It was renamed Finstock in 1969, and the line was singled in 1971, and the former up line now carrying traffic in both directions, which it is now. And the other platform was just completely removed. No remnants are seen here. And by 1980, it was just replaced by a shelter. So, as there and now. So, not that shelter though. It's probably been modernised since then. Oh, the evidence of the former platform is actually visible from this station, according to this, but it is incredibly overgrown. It is basically this area here, former platform. But you'd never guess it, would you? Well, maybe you could. The station is since 1999 has been served by a minimal service of 2 trains per day in each direction. The service is currently formed of the 0808, which today is the 0826 London Paddington service. Normally it's Didcot Parkway. And the 1741 train to Moreton-in-Marsh, which again will also go to Charlbury and be from London Paddington instead of Didcot. No weekend trains, and a normal service on bank holidays. So yes. Anyway, so that's Finstock. Very interesting station. I'm really glad we've done it. And the next station is another very awkward station. It's Coombe. So we're going to head there next. Right, passing through there is 800-012. That is on a service to Charlbury from London Paddington, and that will be our train to pick us up from here very shortly. Right, arriving here now is the 0826 Great Western Railway service from Charlbury to London Paddington, which we're taking 1 stop to Coombe. Which is 800-012. think it's going to be these. Yeah, it's literally one coach of the train. Update you soon. Right, we now made it to Coombe and about to depart now is 800-012 heading off to London Paddington. Right, quick update. This is Coombe Station. So single platform station here located in Oxfordshire, as you can tell. And we're going to do the facts when we get to Hamborough because we've got a rush. But quick look at it. Very modern-ish with old wooden bits sort of built into it as well. So quick look at it. It's again 2 trains a day here in each direction. We're going to head off and it's got First Great Western signage as well. Update you soon when we get to Hamborough. Sorry it's so quick. Right, now made it to our next station of today, which is Hamborough. This is the first station on the line. The train is just arriving actually, which is quite handy. This is the 0854 to Charlbury. So this station obviously looks really new as you look straight away at it. In terms of the station itself, obviously we'll film the train arrive. So, station in Long Hanborough, which is in Oxfordshire, serving the village and the surrounding district. As a result of the Cotswolds Line being single, the former up platform is the only one now in use, just like everything else. And it's also the nearest station to the towns of Witney and Woodstock. And we've got 800-008. And just east of the station, just down there in that garage, is Oxford Bus Museum, just down there. We're just about to see a garage down there. Sorry it's a bit quick, but that's the facts about Hamborough. 2 car parks as well. As of 2014, the number of passengers parking actually exceeds the number of spaces that there are. So, random fact of the day. So, we're going to head off to Charlbury. Update you soon.
Charlbury.
So, we're on board our IET now, heading off to Charlbury.
We'll be calling at Charlbury only.
Charlbury only, so there you go. See a couple of them mentioned saying that maybe we should get a few more on-train shots, so here we are. So we're on IET, we're on 800-008, we're heading off to Charlbury now. These two having fun so far as well. We just got off we actually got a taxi over from Coombe to Hamborough, which was good fun, and paying for it was fun because there was they couldn't get the server to work. So. And speaking of Coombe, there it is again. So that's brilliant. So yeah, we'll talk about Coombe Station in fact when we get to Charlbury, or later on in the video anyway, at least.
Do the facts of Coombe, you don't have time.
No, we don't have time, but we can do. We'll do it when we do it later on even.
You've got footage that you were at Charlbury.
Yes.
There's evidence you went to Coombe.
Evidence went to Coombe, evidence went to Hamborough, so it's fine. Yeah. All good. Right, we'll update you when we get to Charlbury. Right, we're on board a Pullham's Opta Solo SR now, heading off to Shipping Norton. First of 2 bus journeys we're making over to Moreton-in-Marsh now. We're going to get to Shipping Norton and meet up with the 801, which takes us over to Moreton-in-Marsh station, where we'll then meet up on a train to carry on the other section of the line. Charlbury is being planned for later today, so it's not being missed. Don't worry, we never planned to do it when we arrived anyway. But yeah, Hamborough and Coombe a bit quick because we only had quick connections there because of today's plan. But yeah, still got them done, that's the main thing. Update you when we get over to Shipping Norton. Oh, we're just in Shipping Norton now. And there's our Opta Solo SR, I just got off it, the X9. Just going back to Witney. We're waiting for our 801 now, which is going to be an Evora to take us over to Moreton-in-Marsh. Update you soon. Right, we're on board a MCV Evora now, heading off to
the intercity
Moreton-in-Marsh now. And interestingly, So with this bus, obviously you've got USBs here. They aren't underneath the seats, so sort of just down the front, or up there on the roof. Cam's got one over there as well.
I have a stand.
I feel like I'm in the
Jasper's got a normal one because he's normal. And then
That's the first time anyone's ever said I'm normal.
you're welcome.
Myself.
Anyway,
I feel like I'm in the Netherlands, although I'm significantly
so yeah, we're gonna head off to Moreton-in-Marsh on this MCV operated by Pullums, and then we're gonna get a train out, and then we'll visit some more stations on the line. When we get moving. These are quite nice. This is also a very interesting reg plate as well. Is it YY?
AA68.
Oh, sorry, AA68 bus. AA68 BUS. Brilliant. Anyway, we'll update you when we get over to Moreton-in-Marsh. Okay, so we're now in Moreton-in-Marsh, and just leaving now is MCV Evora, operated by Pullums, which is head out now.
Get used to it.
It's got its hazards on at the moment. Oh no, it's backing up to pick people up, so I'll update you in a minute. So here at Moreton-in-Marsh, I've got a rail rep just coming in, and departing out now is the 801 operating to Cheltenham from Chipping Norton, followed by MCV Evora. We're now here at Moreton-in-Marsh station. We've covered the station already, so we are carrying on to some other stations. Update you in a minute. Okay, just arriving into Moreton-in-Marsh now is our train, and it is 800-018. Right, so going out there is 800-018. That's just heading off to turn around to then form our to form our 1119 Great Western Railway service to Hereford, which we're going to take over to Evesham. So yeah,
It takes a little bit.
semaphore signals here as well, which is good. You might see it, you might not. Yes. Oh well, I'm not going to see it. But yes, that's update you soon. Okay, arriving in now is going to be the 1119 Great Western Railway service, starting here at Moreton-in-Marsh to Hereford, which we're going to take to Evesham. Just in case you guys were wondering how I'm going to be doing Kingham, Shipton, Ascot and the Wychwood, obviously there is a plan with every platform that I am actually going to be revisiting some of the original videos and enhancing them with obviously some bus journeys in with them, so just add, you know, see what they're like, adding them in. So I will do a Worcestershire trip again, and I'll just chuck those three in on a weekday beforehand, on the Friday beforehand. It'll probably be a weekend, so there you go. just thought I'd clear that up before we get any questions. But it's all in hand, and yeah, it's obviously not ideal, but it isn't impossible. So as long as it's done, and it will be. And on that trip, 3 new stations will get done anyway, so yeah. Anyway, I'll update you when we get to Evesham. Okay, we've now made it to Evesham. The part now is 800 018. So there that one goes. We're now here at Evesham station, and got some time here, unlike some of the others, so we'll talk about this station in just a moment.
Please note.
Okay, so welcome to Evesham station in the market town of Evesham in Worcestershire. It's between Honeybourne and Pershore on the Cotswolds Line, which runs between Oxford and all the way up to Hereford via Worcester and Great Malvern. This station opened in 1852 to public traffic. There was a ceremony held here as well when it opened. It was a terminus for just over a year. The last major section of the OWW from Evesham to Wolvercott Junction was opened in 1853, so then beyond that point it didn't become a terminus. Quite a lot of history of this station. There was an original Midland station. It was closed in 1963 and completely closed off a year later. Which was yeah, so there was an old Midland railway station, which is actually where the car park is there, so that's where it faces the old Midland station. I think it's, but it got closed off completely a long time ago. The station does have a lot of history, which is good. In terms of the service here, it's an hourly service between generally London, Paddington and Worcester, Great Malvern and Hereford, but today it's only to Moreton-in-Marsh, with a rail replacement bus to Charlbury. So yes. Anything else to mention? Yeah, I mean, this station also, or the town itself, is a big market town that has a good bus presence as well, as you'll see. Stagecoach run here, as do a couple of independents, LMS Travel and Henshaw's coaches, and also First run here to Worcester on the X50 as well. So there's quite a lot of good connections here. Probably one of the busier, there's an E200 over the bridge, probably one of the busiest towns in this lot, or on this line. So yeah. Anyway, our next station is going to be Pershore. Update you soon. Right, so now on board an E200 on the 564D, heading off to Pershore. An E200 with, of course, urban 90 seats. Wait for it. Wait for it. Let's see how horrible this sounds. The lights take ages here. We can hear the rattling anyway, we'll update you in a second. Sound that bad. I'll update you when we get over to Pershore anyway. Right, so we're now here in Pershore. There goes what was the 564D, it's now the 565A. They've got really weird route numberings here.
It feels like
Yeah, it is actually quite Hong Kong because their numbering is a bit like that. So welcome to Pershore anyway. And actually just as we go into the station there is an IET there at the moment, which is probably heading the other way. So our plan now from Pershore is to head over to Worcestershire Parkway.
Yeah,
so
that's heading towards Moreton-in-Marsh.
Yeah, so Worcestershire Parkway is our next stop, and then we're gonna head back to Evesham to then go to Honeybourne. But for now, Worcestershire Parkway is next, and we'll talk about Pershore in a minute. Right, welcome to Pershore Station. Serves both the town of Pershore and the village of Pinvin in Worcestershire. Funny name. Station is again on the single track section of the Cotswolds Line, which this station is the last one before you hit sort of near the end of the line, because Worcestershire Parkway's next. So it's not actually too far along after Shrub Hill. It's 2 stations in.
It's like 5 minutes after Worcestershire Parkway.
Yeah, so only about 5-minute journey, so that's not too far. Station opened as part of the railway's opening in 1852, which was the Oxford, Worcestershire and Wolverhampton Railway, which I referenced earlier as the OWW.
The Wolverhampton OCOM.
Yeah, so it was all integrated back when things were different. British Rail actually put forward a plan in the 60s to withdraw passenger services between Stratford, Evesham and Worcester and close Pershore and Honeybourne. Demolition started in 1968, but the Transport Minister at the time, Richard Marsh, he intervened and said Pershore should not close, and didn't close. So it got saved by the Transport Minister at the time.
Why would the Transport Minister care about this small station?
Because it's because there's a lot of places along here that probably have big market towns and stuff.
Yeah,
so
true.
Might have been why, who knows. It's the 60s, it was very different.
It's the 60s and it's British Rail.
The station also has a poem on the platform, which is it's called Pershore Station of a Liverous Journey First Class. It's a very long poem, but if you actually come here and see it yourself, you can have a read of it. I'm not going to read it on this video because it's a very long poem, but it's yeah, but it's very, very well put together, and yeah, really nice. I'll show you it in just a second actually, but I won't read it. Again, hourly service here, 1 train per hour to Paddington and 1 train per hour to Worcester Foregate Street, some of which continue to Great Malvern and Hereford, and some terminate at Worcester Shrub Hill, as our train that we're getting next is doing. So yes, not much else to say other than that's it. That's Pershore. And also First Great Western signage, of course. So update you in a minute. Quick little shot here. This is the poem, Pershore Station or a Liverous Journey First Class. So as you can see, it's quite a big poem. I don't want to read it all out because, you know, I don't want to drag Dad on too much, but you can see sort of an idea about it. I think it's really well put together because it's almost like it's very heartfelt. That's my way of describing it earlier on, because all it is really talking about how much a journey in first class from Pershore Station going up to London, about the inside of the carriage, what you see outside, you know, loved ones you're saying goodbye to. It's really, really nice, and a really nice touch to the station. And there's a sort of a slightly wilting flower bed behind it, but you know, I'm sure it gets very well. It does look looked after a little bit, enough maybe, but I'm sure when the weather's better they probably do tend to that. And the station is also right outside an industrial estate, so you know, as you do, just to spoil the mood a little bit. It does smell a bit funny here, as you'll see when you ever get here, because there's, like I say, lots of works that go on nearby. So anyway, that's that station done. We'll show you when and update you even when our 12:47 Worcester Shrub Hill service arrives. Update you soon. Alright, coming in now is the slight delay, 12:47 Great Western Railway service to Worcester Shrub Hill from Moreton-in-Marsh, and we're going to take this to Worcestershire Parkway. And on this one we have 800-011. So we're going to take this to Worcestershire Parkway, and then we'll be getting 011 back as well. We were going to get a bus, but it's being diverted away from Worcestershire Parkway, so we're not. We'll make up for that later. Update you soon. Right, we've now reached Worcestershire Parkway, and about to depart now is the 1254 Great Western Railway service to Worcestershire Hill only. So, welcome to Worcestershire Parkway. This is going to be the 1322 service to Moreton-in-Marsh, which we're going to take back to Evesham for our next section of the trip. But we've got about 20 minutes here, so Worcestershire Parkway is a split level station, as you've probably been aware from your own knowledge, and if you've seen my channel, I've been here before to film a couple of times. So the top level here, this is for the Cotswolds Line, and then down there is 2 other platforms, and they are for the cross-country route. So anything from Plymouth up to Edinburgh, Nottingham to Cardiff, Manchester to Bristol Temple Meads, and you can hear the rumbling of a turbo star right now heading off to Cardiff Central. That's just leaving now. Don't know if I'll get to it in time to actually see. There you go, you can see it, and quite well. I think it is 170-101 heading off. Could be wrong though. It is a lovely view out though. Anyway, so Worcestershire Parkway's low level is stopping trains to Nottingham and Cardiff Central, whilst the other cross-country voyages, they pass through. Cross-country voyages also call here when the Nottingham to Cardiff actually get cancelled, and they always do it. So if they get cancelled, a service from Plymouth or from Bristol to Manchester will call here instead. I'll update you in a minute. We'll get onto the low level. So this is the lower level, Worcestershire Parkway. Platforms 1 and 2, they're here. The next train on this platform is the 1358 to Cardiff Central. The next train on platform 1 is the 1325 service to Edinburgh, which is a change of call, because normally it's the Nottingham trains, but this time it's going to be a Edinburgh service, probably filling in for a cancelled Nottingham service. So the Voyager will be calling here later. Won't see it, unfortunately. We might see a passer, but I don't know. I very much doubt we're going to see anything pass through in this short space of time we've got here. But generally speaking, this is what Worcestershire Parkway is about, basically. It's a new station. It opened in, I think it was 2020, I think it was 2020 or 2019. No, it wasn't 2019. I'm sure it was either 2020 or it was in 2021. And out there is a couple of bus stops. The X50 not running here today due to a diversion and a road closure, but normally they will run outside the station, so they've got a bus link too. Anyway, so we'll update you if we see anything else. But yeah, that is Worcestershire Parkway in a nutshell. So we will update you when we get our train back to Evesham. Right, we do have a train passing through. It's 221138. That is on a cross-country service to Bristol Temple Meads from Manchester Piccadilly. Now we're going to head back up to the top level and head back to Evesham, because that's our next train.
It's already here.
Right, arriving in now is the 1322 service from Worcestershire Hill to Moreton-in-Marsh. This will be our same unit, 800-011 again. Literally just gone to Shrub Hill and probably only had about 5-6 minutes to turn around and then come back again.
Probably. I mean, the schedule's like 10.
Yeah, so it's probably only had about, and it was late as well, so
Yeah.
Right, anyway, so we're going to head to Evesham again. Right, so we're now here at Evesham again. There is another 800 just arriving in, or another 80. It could be an 802 for all we know. It's 800 002, whilst 800 011 is heading out to Moreton-in-Marsh, and 800 002 I believe is heading to Hereford. So 800 011. Welcome back to Evesham, and 800 002 is just there. I'll update you in a minute. Okay, going out now is I think it's the 1337 Great Western Railway service to Hereford from Moreton-in-Marsh. With 800 002. So,
May I have your attention, please?
there's an announcement going off. So, we're going to head into Evesham Town Centre to get something to eat, and then we're going to get the 553 over to Honeybourne, which is the next station on the plan today. And the 553 is operated by a company called Henshaw's Coaches, which is another independent operator. But the bus we have is not just a random white bus. You'll see when we get it. Right, going out now is the 28s. It's a Unibus old liveried Enviro 400 operated by Stagecoach Midlands. We just took it just down the road from the Evesham station. So there it goes. But we're going to get some lunch, and then we're going to get the 553 operated by Henshaw's Coaches over to Honeybourne, but we're not going to say just yet what it is. Wait and see.
It's interesting.
It is a bit interesting. It's not the most interesting thing you'll ever see, but it's interesting. And then moved here to Henshaw's Coaches. New fun fact, also do not take cash. So yes, this is also a 54 plate. It's quite an old Solo as well. It's also got the old seat look at as well, which is quite nice. What we're on at the moment. We'll update you when we get off here though, and Honeybourne, where we're going next. So we just got off this. It's a Moorbus, ex-Moorbus Optare Solo, 54 plate. As you can tell, if you know Moorbus, you can tell by the livery. That is definitely a ex-Moorbus bus. Moorbus bus. That sounds really weird. Sounds like a song, doesn't it? Moorbus bus. So there it is. We're going to head to Honeybourne now, to the station there, and go from there. But you can also see just about the old fleet number 3704 and the Moorbus logo in with that. You might not see it It's probably where they've put like one of the adverts or something. Anyway, right, let's head to Honeybourne. Right, welcome to Honeybourne. We're now here at the station. GWR signage here. They've done it up. Our train is the 1529 to Great Malvern, which we're going to take to Worcestershire uphill. But before we do, we will talk about this station. I'll update you in a minute. Okay, welcome to Honeybourne. This station serves the village of Honeybourne in Worcestershire. Opened in 1853 and was formerly a busy junction with 5 platform faces. Wow. Also serving trains on the Great Western Railway's Honeybourne line between Cheltenham Spa and Stratford upon Avon. So it used to come here as well, which formed part of a strategic route between the West Midlands and the west of England. Not non-existent now, of course. In 1969, Honeybourne was closed after the withdrawal of the stopping services to Stratford upon Avon and closure to freight as well. In 1976, the whole of the line was closed to Cheltenham and Stratford after a derailment, but the station was reopened in 1981. And the Heritage, Gloucestershire and Warwickshire Railway have reopened the 14-mile section of the Honeybourne line between Broadway and Cheltenham Racecourse. So they actually have sort of retained a section of that line and use it for sort of heritage reasons now, and use old locomotives on running days and just any general day really. But they hope to actually extend the Heritage Railway out to here to make a railway connection, which would be interesting, which I think is really, really good. The station actually got a second platform as well in 2011, I believe. Yeah, 2011, single platform face was in use, but a £67 million project meant it got a second platform. So yes, very good. Anything else to say? Oh yeah, so there's also a business case open to actually reopen the line between Stratford and Honeybourne, which is called the Avon Rail Link scheme, and it's being manned by a group called the Shakespeare Line Promotion Group, probably wanting to call it that name as well, which would be interesting. Anyway, so that's Honeybourne station. Just a little rundown of this. Hello, what is this? That is a hang on a minute, what is that? I can't tell, I think that's a 769. Of some description. Or, yes it is. Or it's the 319. It's the Hydroflex train. There it is. Going all the way around. It's avoiding it. Wow, I didn't expect that. Anyway, right, Honeybourne done. I'll update you when we get to Worcestershire uphill and get our train. Right, so the train down there is actually 799201. It's 799. It's the Hydroflex train, basically running out into Long Marston, I believe, by the end of the journey today. It's just doing test work all the way around, but I've not seen it in person, so that is what it was. 799201. I thought it was a 769 because it was running, but I completely forgot they had a 799 basically a hydro unit. So yeah, there it is. We won't see it come back unless it reverses back this way, which it might do, but yeah.
This train has 5 coaches.
Right, arriving now is the 1529 Great Western Railway service to Great Malvern. We've got 800-018 again. So, we're going to head to Worcestershire uphill, update you soon. Right, we're now here at Worcester Foregate Street. We just obviously boarded the train at Honeybourne. This is the 1604, the Great Malvern from Moreton-in-Marsh. I've obviously been here before, Worcestershire Street. Done this many times before, so we won't talk too much about this one until we come back here another time. But we're going to wait for our train back to Moreton-in-Marsh now. Okay, arriving in whilst we're waiting here at Worcestershire Street is a couple of 172s arriving in from Whitlock's End, I would imagine, going to Dorridge. So now we're coming from Whitlock's End and go to Dorridge. It's 172-216 and 172-219. Now we're going to disappear from here and head off to Moreton-in-Marsh. I'm arriving in as our train, the 1612 Great Western Railway service to Moreton-in-Marsh. We've got 800 002. 002 2. $800 00 DOS. We'll update you when we get to Moreton-in-Marsh. Okay, now arrived back at Moreton-in-Marsh and just heading up here. So footbridge, going to catch a rail replacement coach to Charlbury. Which our last station today will be Charlbury. So we shall head on up over and update you shortly. I believe we're going to be using columns to get there, which is good. We'll update you soon. So we're on board our rail Cotswolds now. Heading off to Charlbury. We'll update you when we get there. Obviously we're on a Henning Cotswolds route, well, routes coaches. Heading off to Charlbury. So yeah, the reg is HS66 bus. That is a B8R Plaxton Leopard, I believe, on. So yes, update you soon. Right, arriving. We're now here at Charlbury. Arriving in now is going to be our train. It's the 1841 to London Paddington. And it is 800 009. This is terminating in from London Paddington now. Right, welcome to Charlbury Station. The station serves the town of Charlbury in Oxfordshire. Station is also pretty close to Chipping Norton, which is another big town in Oxfordshire that doesn't have a railway link. After almost 40 years as a single platform station, the track through Charlbury was redoubled with the recommissioning of a second platform in 2011. As to help with traffic capacity and make it more of a regular hourly service. It's one of the only two platform stations on the whole of the Cotswold Line to have step-free access to both platforms, which is handy. Charlbury's one of the only stations in the area that has a user-operated ticket machine as well, which is Kingham and Finstock. The main stations on the either side of Charlbury do not have such facilities. Kingham doesn't. Wow, it's an hourly service as well, generally. 1 train an hour here, and this is the terminus point of the blockade as well. So it starts here and terminates here from London Paddington. Generally still goes through all the way, but not today. As aside from that, obviously the station opened in 1853 with the OWW, and it's notable for the original station building, which is over there. We'll have a look at it in a second. For an architectural style of Isambard Kingdom Brunel, of course. And it's a Grade 2 listed building as well, which was restored. It's an early station name board restored in 1979, which is Grade 2 listed. That's pretty good. Charlbury and Kingham are 2 of the stations on the Cotswold Line that had their platforms lengthened to accommodate the IETs as well. 1 carriage longer than the longest trains, the previous user station, which is 9 coaches. The HST's at 8. So yeah, they can accommodate entire IET, 9 coaches. And it's only Charlbury and Kingham that have that, and they got it done up in 2018, so that's good. So with that done, we'll update you in a minute. So this is the Grade 2 listed sign, this massive one here I believe, which looks really nice. So yes, and the station building is just over here as well. We need to get on, we're going to get on the train in a minute, so I'm not going to walk all the way out, but you can catch a glimpse of it there. It looks quite nice from a distance. Obviously I'm sure if you visit here you'll be able to catch it more, but yeah. So with that done, I'm going to finish the video from the Cotswold Line here. Thank you for watching. If you have liked what you've seen, do like and subscribe, and do leave any comments, because I will get back to them as when I can. I will repeat at the end of this video in case people missed it. Ascot and the Witchwood, Shipton and Kingham will be done in another video another time, and I do have plans to do it along with the Worcestershire revamped trip at some point in the future. Obviously no rush to do them, but Ascot and the Witchwood is the big one for me as well, because at some point, if it doesn't even get any passengers, it might even just close. I hope it doesn't, but you know. Today's been fantastic. We've got a nice variety of buses and trains. Well, not trains, but buses. Had IETs all day, but that's, you know, what you get on some of the lines. But yeah, fantastic day. Thank you to Chris, Cameron and Jasper for coming with. And yeah, that concludes the Cotswold Line trip here at Charlbury. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Bye for now.